What's going on, everybody? I am Japes, and we are here with another Monday Q&A. Essentially, this gives me a little time to unwind from the weekend, and I get to answer any questions that you guys may have. Real football, real life, you name it, and I will gladly try to answer it if I can. We do it all live. I ask you to give me some questions on Twitter, and I just run them down and give you my instant responses. No thinking of really cool responses for that. It's just not as much fun that way. Also, thank you for your support on two most recent videos, the Call of Duty video and my house tour. If you guys have missed either of those, I suppose I'll probably put those in the links down in the description. Even though the COD is a little bit different than FIFA, I do thank those of you that supported me on that video. And the house tour, side note that I should have mentioned with that house was listed for 15 minutes when we called in on it. My brother happened to be looking on Craigslist at the time, called in. The price was so much lower than it needed to be, and so we get to live in a wonderful, wonderful bachelor pad for at least another, I don't know, at least another 8 months or so, something like that. Haven't been living here that long, but it is a very cool spot. So check that out if you have not already. We'll get things started with the questions here. It's Swickier. It's SWKI says, Japes, Coke or Pepsi? He's referring to the colas, and it's going to have to be Coca-Cola hands down, because I live from the Coke capital of the world. If people ask me what I would like to drink, I'll say a Coke. In Atlanta, they'll say, would you like something to drink? Yeah, I'll have a Coke. What kind of Coke would you like? And that could mean anything from Coke, Sprite, Diet Coke, you name it. All sorts of different Coca-Cola products. And I guess that's part of the reason why it's the Coke capital. Ronit Krandu says, do you like the TV show NCIS? Can't say I have watched it, my friend, so sorry about that. Nils at Lomfan92 says, Japes, question, what is the most annoying thing about FIFA 12, the biggest problem that you have with the game? And that is going to have to be crossing. I think crossing in general, I understand why EA do it. I've always had coaches and managers say, you know, JP, put the ball into the box, good things will happen. Defenders make mistakes on crosses, players get out of position. My issue is how assisted crossing is. It's to the point where you can be sprinting down the sideline and cross with a player's 2-star or 3-star weak foot, and the ball is still going to perfectly find the top of your striker's forehead and get knotted into the back of the net. And that is just not that realistic for me. It doesn't seem to take into consideration your player's, you know, the way the player's facing, the pace at which he's running, all these things. It just seems to be a perfect cross every time. So I think the assisted crossing needs to get toned down, and that might help solve some of those problems. When are you going to live stream? And that's from Adam Hubble. I will be trying to live stream today. I got a little finger shaken at me from Twitch, though, so I can't be showing Smart Girls as much, or maybe even F at all, on the stream anymore, based on the fact that apparently there were some complaints saying what I was doing was not gaming. So shame on me. What do you think of Joey Barton? That's from Gangnam, or TBRH Kyle. I applaud Joey Barton for his honesty with his followers, especially on Twitter, as that's what I've seen a lot of. But his actions on the field and stuff, I can't say. I think he's very much of a stand-up guy. I feel for him in some senses, the way he's kind of been shoved out of QPR. But again, like I said, I got to give him props for the way he's been, you know, upfront, honest with everybody, and for speaking his mind regardless of the consequences. So good on you in that sense. Let's see. If you could go out on a night out with 2 YouTubers and 2 football soccer players, who would you choose? That's from Skanker HD. That is a great question. And I think as far as the footballers are concerned, I'd probably pick 2 Bayern Munich players. I'd probably pick, well, actually, it'd be fun to get a night out in like LA or Madrid, Ronaldo style. That would be crazy. But I would love to go to a German, like, Oktoberfest or something like that with the likes of Philipp Lahm or Thomas Müller, Manuel Neuer, something along those lines. I think would just be an amazing time, loads of fun. But as far as the YouTubers go, let's see. I speak with the Pentas every so often. He's somewhere around my age, so I think he'd be a fun and chill dude to go out with. I think he'd have a good time. I'd have a good time out with him, and then it's got to be my boy Weepeeler. For those of you guys, if you haven't, maybe you're subscribed to Weepeeler, but if you don't watch his content, his channel, he's like the grandfather of FIFA, essentially. And I've now hung out with him out in LA and out out in at E3. Yeah, E3 was LA, and then Vancouver. So 2 trips, and we have had a very fun time out together. Actually, Trout was a lot of fun out in LA as well. So those are some guys that I know I have a great time with, and I know are quite fun. AA9 Skills is an absolute guy. So he is a cool guy to go out with as well. I don't know, I think it'd be fun to just get a crew of YouTubers in general and just destroy a bar for the night, or destroy a night out, and just go YouTube crazy. Which is, I think it'd be for the memories, it'd be for the fun, and it'd be all for the smart girls. So there's that. Tom Bunny says, what is the craziest night you've ever had? Oh my gosh, that is a tough question to go through and pick one. There are a lot of nights that have had different aspects of craziness, but I'll go with one of the nights. We give you how the night started, how the night ended, or how the night started and how my morning started. And we're going to skip the in-betweens because I don't know if all that's quite appropriate. But I tried to do a excuse me. That was weird. I tried to do a power hour, which is kind of where I got my series name from, with Hunch Punch. And a power hour in the States is where you play it takes an hour. Every minute it switches songs. So you only listen to a minute of the song, and every time the song switches, you generally take a shot of beer. But I decided I wanted to do it with Hunch Punch. And Hunch Punch, this is just a wonderful college freshman move here in the States. And Hunch Punch essentially is some sort of punch that you make with, like, I don't know, it starts fruity, you throw Sprite in there, you can throw whatever in there, but you add Everclear and vodka. And it is extremely strong and gets you extremely intoxicated. And I decided I wanted to do a power hour with this. And I made it through 45 minutes before I decided it was time to go, party out on campus and leave the dorm room festivities for the evening. And obviously, everybody else had quit the power hour far previous to that. They knew that it was probably a poor idea, but I was adamant. Once I start something, I want to see it out to completion. And so I couldn't, so that's how my night started. There were multiple other activities that ensued. And I woke up the next morning in the bushes outside of my dorm room in my boxers. So leave it, do with that as what you might, but that is how I rolled my freshman year. So, not the best decisions, but yeah, it was very entertaining. It was a wild night. Kate Upton, Jessica, this is from Scottish Gaming. Kate Upton, Jessica Alba, Susan Boyle, Snog, marry, and avoid. I'm not sure what Snog means, but I can guess. And I think he's got them in the right order. I think you're going to snog Kate Upton, marry Jessica Alba, and avoid Susan Boyle. Now, Kate Upton is an absolute smart girl at this point in time. So there's no question that you're going to want to get a piece of that now. Now, I've seen Kate Upton's mother, and I don't think that her smarts are going to last. Jessica Alba, on the other hand, looks like she's got the natural beauty that's going to keep on going and keep on giving back in all sorts of the right ways. And then Susan Boyle, yeah. Need I say more? All right. If you could own a house anywhere in the world, that's from Cookie_Jack or Jack Cook. Where would it be and why? There's so many places in the world that I've yet to visit that I want to, so that's a tough question for me because what if I say something and there's something better out there? It's just kind of crazy that way. But some of the cooler places I've been, I'd have to be somewhere in Europe. The only place that I really enjoyed in France was Saint-Tropez, on the south of France in the Mediterranean. I'd love to own a place up in the Alps somewhere near Salzburg. I think that'd be amazing. A place in Vienna would be very cool, and a place somewhere in Germany and Munich would be cool. There's a resort that's eluding me down like a little bit south of Munich in the Alps, and I would absolutely love to have a place there too. I'm not a great skier, but it is a fun place to go and something fun to do on holiday without question. Have you ever scored an own goal from Pablo Crespo? I want to say yes, I'm sure I have, but I can't remember it, so it can't have been that devastating or traumatic for me. So yeah, there's the answer to that. Have I ever been tweeted by someone? This is from Cheesito. Have I ever been followed or tweeted by anyone famous? And then he adds that Jose Enrique follows him. And will I do a Power Hour series on FIFA 13? Yeah, I'll do my best to bring Power Hour back. I promise that I will try to do a good bit more trading in FIFA 13. It was one of those in FIFA 12 where I didn't think the inform cards were really worth it. And so I had no urge to trade up to get the inform cards that I wanted because I was more than happy just playing with the regular gold players. Have I ever been tweeted or followed by anybody famous? I don't know. I don't know how to. Maybe I've missed it. one of these days, I suppose I'll have to go. There's no way to go back through. I don't know. Maybe. I have no idea. I try to monitor my Twitter, but I could have even missed seeing someone famous at one point. Would you blow up a bird from Adam Ashton? Bird would have really had to piss me off. It would have really, it probably, I mean, probably not. Why would I be blowing, how would you blow up a bird? You know? Like, why? How? I don't understand that. It's a bizarre question. Can I speak any other languages? That's from @JudicBox Douglas. Only a little bit of German. I speak a little bit, understand a lot more. I grew up as a kid with my father speaking more German to me than English. So I went to preschool and speaking German, and my teacher had to sit my parents down after the first week and say, you need to start speaking English to him at home because I don't know what he's talking about in class. And then it just kind of fell away from there, and so my German is terrible. But no other languages besides that. Let's see. Play KSI at FIFA. That's from Jack Roberts. Yes, KSI, bring it on. KSI I actually think has gotten to be a pretty good player now. I know he's done some competitive stuff on Virgin Gaming, so I think it'd be a solid match. I think he's a solid player. So sure, would love to do it and bring it on. Would you consider coming to the UK to watch some Premiership football? If so, which team would you want to watch the most? That's from Connor Pullen X, and I would absolutely consider going to the UK to watch some football, and I would love every minute of it. Obviously, financial constraints make that a bit difficult, and that means that it's expensive to go to the UK or go to England and go to all of those matches. So if I wonder if I could find a company to pay me to go video log it or do something like that. A yank abroad. Maybe an American does European football. I don't know, something like that. Maybe I can figure that out one day. That would be very, very cool and a dream actually to go cover all of that stuff. As far as which teams I'd like to see a lot of the top teams play, and then a few teams that have rockin' stadiums. So I'd love to see go to a match at the Emirates and watch Arsenal play. I'd love to see Chelsea play. I'd love to see Liverpool play. Love to see United play. I don't actually think I'd really care to see City play as much live, and I'm not quite sure. I think I'd pick a team like Newcastle over City. I think it'd be fun to go to a game and watch Tottenham play, and same goes for Fulham, I suppose. So I can't really be that picky. There's so many teams that I'd enjoy watching play. Darren Connolly, did you watch Bayern's first game of the new season? If so, what did you think? Yes, I did. It was against newly promoted Gror Fürth, and that's pronunciation is a bit brutal, I know, but it was an easy win. We went out there and did what we needed to do and what we were supposed to do. So as far as that goes, it's a good start to the season. It's a long way to come. So we shall see. Christian Coed says, what's your biggest win on FIFA? Biggest win is 20 plus goals to 0, and that's just from somebody scoring own goals. Generally, if I get up by 5 or 6 goals and they stop playing, I just hold the ball in the corner because it's just boring. Sean O'Neill says, what are your thoughts on Luis Suarez? As a professional footballer, he has incredible talent. He is extremely difficult for defenses to deal with. He needs to work on his finishing just a little bit. But as a person off the field, I don't really tend to follow him and don't really care. That's his business. Obviously, that's got an effect on who he is, I guess, as a footballer in general, or why he acts the way he does on the pitch even. But as a footballer in general, would I want him on my team? Absolutely. Favorite player to watch play in real life? Messi is incredible to watch play. Franck Ribéry, love watching him play. So those are two things. What was your first job hobby? And if you didn't have YouTube, where would you be? That's Joshua Baker at JB the Bullet. My first job hobby. So I'm assuming you mean first job and hobby that were the same thing, and that was a sailing instructor. So I taught sailing for 7 summers up on Lake Michigan in Wisconsin, which is one of the most incredible summer jobs that you can have growing up. If I didn't have YouTube, where would I be? I'd be at, well, I don't know where. I mean, I'd be doing what I'm doing, probably still in Atlanta, working. So, yeah, there is that. I guess that boils down to if I could do YouTube as somewhat of a career, would I? I like entertaining people, love talking about football, love, interacting with you guys. So if there's a way to make that not necessarily a career, but a job at least, maybe turn that in. I'm an entrepreneur by nature, so when I see an opportunity, I'm more than likely to go after it and try to take it. So that would be pretty darn cool if I could. What would be cool is to be paid somehow to travel and vlog it and just talk about experiences and stuff. That would be amazing. but getting the money for that is not always so easy. Hi, Zach Mitchellmore. He just wanted me to say hi to him. Opinions on the Liverpool City game. That's from Whitnall or Johnny Whitnall. Liverpool defense has gifted City a point in that match. That's my opinion on that game. Period. Let's see. Advice to YouTubers starting out. That's from @RedBelly98. And I'm going to say make sure your audio quality is good. Nobody's going to listen to you if you have a terrible microphone and your videos just don't sound nice to listen to because it's scratchy or staticky or something. Nobody's going to want to watch that. Second thing, be yourself, because if you're not being yourself doing YouTube, you're not going to enjoy it as much, or you're really just not going to enjoy it in general. And the third thing would be have fun with it. Man, it's great to interact with a world audience. There's no other thing like YouTube where you can get out there, interact with people you never, ever would have come into contact with otherwise. So enjoy every second of it, have fun with it, and don't ever take for granted, how you've gotten to be, the stuff that happens along the way. Like, hitting 50,000 subscribers is absolutely mental to me. I was talking to a friend about it this weekend. I was like, if I line 50,000 people up on a street, like you couldn't house those people in a lot of the universities here in the U.S. So it's just bizarre. And so I'm genuinely grateful and thank you for all of the support that I've had along the way. Favorite team you've used on FIFA 12 Ultimate Team? That's from MRyan61294. I don't know, man. There's so many good teams that I've used, so I'm not going to answer that question. Do I have series ideas for FIFA 13? Sure, absolutely. Let's see. If you had to give up one of the 5 senses, which would it be? I think I would have to give up smell. Would be the one. Yeah, probably that. Nuri Sahin's moved to Liverpool. That's from Jeff Duffy. And I think that's incredible for Liverpool. And I don't think Liverpool fans fully appreciate what they're getting in Nuri Sahin. This is the same guy that beat out all the Bayern Munich players, beat out Papi Cisse when he scored 20-plus goals in the Bundesliga for Bundesliga Player of the Season. And he is an unbelievable playmaker. He's going to help the transition to Rodgers' style immensely. And so Liverpool fans should be thrilled at the fact that he is coming. There's a couple of favorite non-Bayern Bundesliga player. That's from Jake Campbell, and that's tough. Marco Reus is incredible to watch play. Andre Schürrle is amazing, so much fun to watch play. But actually, one of my favorite things to watch in the Bundesliga is watch Neven Subotic and Mats Hummels play center back together. And their center back partnership is just incredible. I just thoroughly enjoy watching them as a tandem, and so it's a lot of talk about Dortmund from a Bayern fan, but that is one of my favorite non-Bayern things, especially to watch play. Or two non-favorite Bayern players, Spurs and Modric, 33 mil. Who should they buy? That's from Luke Parky Jenkins. I think they need to buy a striker. So I guess they brought in Adebayor, so that's less of a need. I still think they should bring in, they need that attacking midfield playmaker-esque now. Obviously, they still have Van der Vaart, but I don't think that he's going to be the full solution for what they need. They need that João Moutinho type player that Modric essentially could have been, that I don't think they really have anymore. And so they're going to have trouble scoring goals maybe because of it in AVB's system. So hopefully a player like that will come in. Are there things you haven't done in your life yet, but you still want to do? That's from @Eden. Absolutely. I cannot even list on all the fingers and toes the things that I want to do in life that I haven't had a chance to do yet. Obviously, there are constraints, and that's financial, time, and all these things. So hopefully I'll figure out a way to get all of them done in the future. Do you guys speak any other languages? That's from Roz. I think I went over that actually already in this video. @Sean or @TheViking Sheep says, how long did it take you to become this successful on YouTube? How are you going to draw? When I look at successful on YouTube, I look at the guys that, I watched a video from, who was it the other, Woody's Gamertag, and he said, he talks about going pro on YouTube, and that's essentially when you start doing YouTube full time. So the guys that do that are the ones that I consider to be, really successful with it. So I've had, I guess, some success on YouTube to be where I am now, but as far as I posted my first YouTube video at the beginning of the summer a year previous to this. So that's about, so to be where I am now, that's about how long it took me. Obviously, I went through, for those of you guys that may or may not be new to my channel, I started in a new job last time, or in maybe October last year, and it was a very, very demanding startup-esque job, and I devoted myself completely to it, 100% neglected my YouTube, and so there'd be 2-week periods where I wouldn't upload, and I promised myself that I would never, ever do that again. And so you guys are going to get daily, or not necessarily, almost daily stuff from me through FIFA 13 and beyond, hopefully. But we'll see. But so maybe I would be, in a different place right now if I hadn't neglected it. So it's interesting. Don't ever, be honest with your subs. Don't ever neglect them. And I promise I will not do that again. I'll always let you guys know what's going on. Did I join a fraternity in college, and if so, which one? I was pledging a fraternity my freshman year. However, the pledge class got taken away for hazing. So there's the answer to that question. Wow, and we're at 20 minutes right now, so this is going to be a really, really long one. Can you post a video of you riding a unicycle? Yeah, I'll give it a shot. He's referring to the house tour video. I put in a video or a clip at the end of my brother riding the unicycle. My buddy Sean standing next to him, so that was he rides it across a bridge and like off-roads on it. Kind of cool. Will I be buying Black Ops 2? Absolutely. And the last question, this is a great one to end on, from @B1993Y or Pramarengu says, what is your biggest regret in life? And this is something that I think everybody should take into consideration. If you guys are still watching at the end of this video, all you devoted and loyal subs, I do appreciate it, but the biggest regret that I have, and there's a couple of them, and this boils down to, well, there's more than a couple, but it always boils down to the same reason, and that reason is because I didn't take a chance and I didn't do it. I didn't go for it. The biggest regrets that you're going to have are the things that you didn't do. It's a lot easier to get over doing something stupid and regretting doing that thing stupid than not even taking a chance, not going in for it, and not doing it. That's the stuff that'll keep you up at night and kind of haunt you. And I'm not saying that I've got, psychological issues and I'm up at night thinking about it, but there's stuff in my past that I wish I had taken a chance on, wished I'd gone out and done, wished I'd run with, wished I'd made that phone call, or, anything like that. And it boils down to stuff, even like girls, like, ask for a number, ask for her to call, to go out with you, whatever the question is. If she says no, you'll get over it, but, like, dealing with rejection is a lot easier than dealing with what ifs. And so just go for it, whatever it is. If it might be slightly dumb, I'm not saying there's certain things that are dumb, and your gut's telling you this is not something that I should be doing. But there are a lot of things where you're like, oh, man, I don't know, like, I kind of want to go for it, but trust me, you're going to remember the nights that you went for it and remember the nights that you didn't, almost all the same, because you're going to regret the stuff that you didn't try, that you didn't really go for. And that's one of those life lessons that I've come to realize now. So that's a little bit of advice. And that goes into something I wanted to mention. You guys, I got a couple questions or suggestions in some of my videos and emails, or not emails, but messages on YouTube saying that you guys want me to do some sort of like a mailbag thing, where you can sort of just talk to me about life stuff in general, and I can talk back. So if that's something you guys want to see, let me know in the comments. I do appreciate any and all feedback. If you guys did enjoy this video and stayed till the end, I do absolutely appreciate your support. Other than that, also let me know if you guys want to see a deck side or a Pat's Power out tomorrow. Both are possibilities. My name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.